Welcome to Research Business Daily Report, made possible by RBDR's exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform Patreon.com. We invite you to visit patreon.com/RBDR, where you can find out how you can help us, and we in turn will be continuing to help you. I'm Bob Lederer. We at RBDR have noticed the subjects that appear to have the greatest appeal and viewership interest. We paid a lot of attention to that in 2018. Uppermost in your mind seems to be a focus on the important companies in our industry. So today we offer a look at the first in a series. It's comScore, one of the fastest growing newcomers in the media research realm since the start of the 21st century. Now, comScore took a financial and an image beating in the past few years due to its accounting problems, and that led founders of the company to actually leave the organization. It is now led by Brian Weiner, and our friend Bill Harvey is impressed by what he has seen so far in the upcoming innovations from the company. Bill?
Now, as we move into 2019, what comScore is doing is they're doing cross-platform measurement using big data from the 30 million households worth of set-top box data that they get from various sources through the Rentrack part of comScore. And, the virtual census of ad tag, cookie-based, and other device-based collection of massive amounts of scale data for digital media. So now they're combining those samples. They have a panel and they've got big data. Their philosophy kind of contrasts with Nielsen. Nielsen's philosophy is our panel is the source of truth. Big data are supplemental and helpful. And comScore is the opposite. comScore is big data is our service. And we use the panel data to inform it and make adjustments to it. But mostly that's kind of fine tuning. What makes this really interesting is over-the-top streaming services. Services that extend the viewing of regular television. So you can see how many people watched on linear TV, how many people DVR'd it and then watched it, how many people saw the same show, same episode on video on demand, how many saw it on streaming video on demand. And so that's going to be all put together, is now being put together on a beta trial basis and will be commercial by the second quarter. And it's starting with program audiences, and then by the second quarter, the ad audiences will be added to that. What's really interesting to me is the approach that comScore is taking to the development of Rentrack service, which is sold to TV stations. Local TV stations are going to be able to do the same kind of cross-platform TV plus digital look at relevant audience data that the big guys are doing nationally. That's kind of a real interesting switch and a big improvement, I think. So we'll be watching and we'll be reporting on what happens as these data move into the marketplace. Nielsen's got their own approach to collecting these TV everywhere data. They have a software developer kit that they provide to people who have these streaming apps. And when the SDK is put into the app, it collects and sends data to Nielsen. But it means that a network has to cooperate in order to be measured. And initially, if the network doesn't permit Nielsen to show that network's data to anybody else, it's just for the network's own benefit. It's not for like a syndicated measure. So comScore is going to be coming out with syndicated measures based on big data. And Nielsen's going to be coming out with cooperation-based data. Now, everybody's going to be looking at that and saying, well, how do they compare? Which one looks more plausible? Which one's more stable over time? All of the usual measurements. Which one has a bigger sample size? Which one, and if you're a network and you've got your server-side data, so you know how many people saw you on streaming video on demand, Exactly. You don't know what your competition did, but you know what you did. So you can check out how good comScore is and how good Nielsen is.
That's your Research Business Daily Report, made possible by members of our exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform known as Patreon.com. Now, RBDR is produced because of the interest and the generosity and, in fact, what we call the support of those who are regular viewers of this video series, which is seen, of course, from Monday through Thursday most weeks. We actually are on with 45 plus weeks of coverage for you. And we make it a point to acknowledge our new RBDR patrons. So today we want to express our appreciation, as well as our thanks to Tom Johnson. He's the Director of Consumer Insights for Del Taco Restaurants, and over the holidays, he decided to become a patron. We know because we've heard from a lot of Patreon supporters that it's not at all unusual to pick something up from RBDR when they watch. And we do produce the video, as I said, over 45 weeks a year and intend to do so into 2019. That means a tremendous amount of valuable information to be passed on to you. And that, in turn, we think is a reason why you should join the community at RBDR, which is very simple. By visiting patreon.com/RBDR, you can see the choices of levels of patronage that you can commit yourself to. And there is really no amount too small. In fact, if we would get $5 a month from our thousands of people who are getting our daily research news video emails, well, that would more than pay for the costs that we have with RBDR. So we want to thank you for your viewership, and we want to hope that you have a great research day and that we'll see you back here with us tomorrow.